What's going on, everyone, and welcome to the Catalyst, where we highlight bullish sentiment, trends, and technical analysis in the crypto market. Before we get started, just know that I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. Additionally, this is my first video on the channel, so if there's other things that you want me to look at and give my opinions on, I will definitely be willing to do that. So if you want to drop some other coins or stocks or tokens or anything in the comments, feel free to do so, and I'll do my best to look into them as much as I can. I will also disclose I am going to be invested in some of the things I discuss on this channel, so just keep that in mind when watching the videos. So today we're going to be breaking down a little bit of stuff for Polkadot, Bitcoin, and ADA or Cardano. So as you see here, we have Polkadot up on the daily. We have a nice trend line showing some, positive growth for Polkadot here and a lot of support. So you can see that previously, we found some support way back here, a little bit of support, and then a little bit of resistance even, and then ultimately we had this kind of descend here, which is where when Bitcoin kind of tanked back in July. And then as we start to break up, we broke out of this trend line, we found support again along it, and then we had that little pump and we tested it two more times for more support. So we have this nice kind of upward momentum showing there. The interesting thing that we have here with Polkadot is on the RSI, we have this descending line as well. And this is actually a hidden bullish divergence. So that's when we have this descending line on the RSI with a rising just on the daily chart here. So this is really good for us. So as you can see, previously, whenever we hit lows here, which would be right here, we tend to go up pretty aggressively, and that can be kind of said for any stock or any crypto or anything you're trading, really. As the RSI is low, typically it's trading lower, and as it gets up higher, it trades higher as well. So now though, if you just point out the lowest point here and where we're at now, you can see that we have a different kind of trend line where we see that upward growth. So it's actually quite good that we see the gains that we've seen to get to this point, and now our RSI is quite low, back in like the 40 range at the bottom of that, and right now we're up in the 50s. So just keep that in mind. If we start to push this upside here at the 70 or higher, you can see we've done it a few times in the past. As we start to push through that, we get some incredible gains with Polkadot and with any crypto as well. So just be aware of that. Look for support, set up your fib, and see where a good opportunity is for you to buy in if you want to do that. But just know that as this starts to rise back up, the market is seemingly pretty green right now. So just be aware that Polkadot is something that could go up significantly with all of that. A lot of this, as we know, is from Bitcoin breaking this descending wedge here, which is awesome. We've even started to test some support that we see here at about the 46-47 range. That was previously resistance and support. Throughout the history of the coin, we see some points back here during the beginning phases of the bull run, or the early parts of the bull run. Then we see a big drop down from that later, which was then retested as some resistance, later found some support, and we've gone kind of back and forth through that up until now, where we had that clean breakout all the way up. And again, notice your RSI, we're still not quite at the top. So as we approach the top, we could start seeing points here up in the mid 50s range, which might not be in the so distant future. Obviously this could also be a fake out, which would be horrible, because we did roll over kind of aggressively here, which was a fractal of what we had previously, almost exactly the same geometry and everything. So just be cautious. Look for this to continue to find support and continue to set up different trends and technical analysis there. before you decide to enter or close your position. So just keep an eye on this here as we start to push up. See if we test resistance here at the 50K mark, or if we break through that. Obviously that would be amazing, and that would totally reverse some of that bearish sentiment we had previously. And the last one I want to talk about is ADA. One thing that's kind of interesting to me, so this is ADA again on the daily. We see that again on the RSI, we totally blew off the top of the RSI, hitting almost in the 90s there. And with that, for the last time we were at the bottom here, and the RSI was also at the bottom, we had, I think it was 100% gains. So yeah, you can see here, the cursor is at 100% gains, or 113%, and that's where we peak out at the top of the RSI here. So if we were to see something similar, granted we are at right about the 50 mark for the RSI, so we probably won't see 100% gains right away, obviously, but as the RSI continues to grow, we have potential to hit the 3 or even maybe the $4 mark up towards here. If we were to blow off the top of the RSI again, it'd be quite possible for us to start to see us break this fib level and then start to find some support and resistance in between the 1.6 and the 2.6. That would probably be the next leg up for Cardano if we start to see some positive growth in the market across the board. Obviously Bitcoin is the deciding factor in this. If Bitcoin decides to take a run, all of the altcoins will do so as well. We've seen some success obviously with Cardano ripping all the way from $1 up to $3 in a couple months, I think 2-3 months. And I would expect something similar as we start to reach some of those price targets that people have of like $8 to $10 for Cardano. But first, before we get there, we got to hit the $3 to $4 range and again find some support. What we don't want is to just blow off and shoot straight up to like $7, because as something rises that quickly, it can fall twice as fast. So just be cautious with your positions if you decide to go in on Cardano. But otherwise, that is all I got. I'm going to just try and highlight 3 quick things with each video. Again, it's not going to be exclusively crypto. It could be stocks or other things. And I'll take any advice or comments or support or questions that you guys have, and any suggestions for what you guys want me to look at going forward as well, whether I'm invested in them or not. So hopefully this was informative and helpful and somewhat entertaining, and we will try to post another video later this week as we get some more information. And otherwise, enjoy your weekend, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.